Is this going to be the biggest video game drop of the year? It's called Starfield, and I can tell you, Neal, the industry is a titter. This is a big deal because it's coming from the studio Bethesda Games, who is behind other classics like Elder Scrolls and the Fallout franchise. But Starfield is its first original release in 25 years, and it promises to be epic. It's in that open world genre that we've talked about on the show before, where players can explore over 1,000 real and fictional planets, complete quests, or simply frolic around the universe and talk with any aliens they encounter using 3 million different words of dialogue. Microsoft in particular is holding its breath around this release because it shelled out $7.5 billion 2 years ago to buy Bethesda Games, mainly so it can ensure Starfield would be available on its Xbox consoles. Neal, there's a lot riding on this game. Who do you think has more at stake, though, Bethesda or Microsoft?
I think Bethesda has a great reputation, and Microsoft, there's a lot for Microsoft here. They paid, what? Almost $8 billion for, honestly, it seems like just because of this game.
Right.
They were really afraid of it going to PlayStation. They've been ravaged by PlayStation and Switch. They're clearly the number 3 console in Xbox. Halo is kind of fading from relevance. They need another blockbuster here, and they scooped up Bethesda, shout out Maryland suburbs, to get this game, and they're hoping that it is going to be, the next big Bethesda release. So I'm just not sure. Sometimes games are too big.
Right.
Sometimes games are too big, and when you build 1,000 planets and you want people spending 30 to 40 hours on this game, which is what they want, getting lost everywhere, you need some sort of AI-generated content, and this has a lot of AI-generated content, and people are a little worried that it could lead to sort of less engaging gameplay. When you build at such a scale, you create the potential for glitches and just kind of spaces where you're just roaming around not doing anything.
The thing that this reminded me of, do you remember the game called No Man's Sky? It was supposed to be this massive generated universe with over 18 quintillion planets. So the huge scale of it, but then players started playing it and they're like, well, this is the most boring thing in the world. Nothing happens. So I do fear for it running into the same issue as that. But also, so I was digging into the gameplay a little bit, and apparently there's some insane physics in this game. One player stuffed 20,000 potatoes into their ship's cockpit and then opened the door just to see how the potatoes would interact and see if the frame rate dropped or anything. And I watched the video. It looked like how the physics of potatoes spilling out of a cockpit would look. So it does allow you this crazy experimentation. And then another weird detail is that having sex in the game actually is a great way to level up. You get this experience buff called emotional security. And then this is the funniest part. There's no way to have a one-night stand in the game with NPCs. So the only way to get this buff is to get to know your crew on a personal level. So you have to put in the work. So again, I do think the game size could work to its disadvantage, but also there's so many of these little things. And if it really catches on, people are going to start exploring it. So I'm bullish overall, I guess, but mainly because of the potatoes and the sex thing. Hey, thanks for watching. And if you want more Morning Brew Daily, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And also check out the rest of our episodes wherever you get your podcasts.
New episodes drop at 7 a.m. Eastern Monday through Friday, and you can email us at morningbrewdaily@morningbrew.com.